What's up, guys? How are you? Happy Sunday. Welcome in to another episode of the Daily Juice Podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all of my socials at Sports Talk Matt. And I am back again with a late night taping of the Daily Juice Podcast. We are back after not one, but two college basketball finals. Went to the Big West and went and watched UC San Diego punch their ticket to the NCAA tournament and then rode over to the Orleans, where Grand Canyon did the same thing, punching their ticket and beating Utah Valley in the WAC final. That's the second straight year I've been at the WAC final. That's a ton of fun. I mean, the Lopes are fun. It's a fun team. Bryce Drew, great coach. It's going to be fun to watch them as they move to different conferences and move up to see what Grand Canyon does when they get a bit more attention, more eyeballs on them. But I'm telling you, there is nothing like betting live when you are in person. It is great. I nailed UC San Diego. I got the 2.5. I got it at plus money. I bet that. I middled the WAC final. I laid 4.5 with Grand Canyon. I took 8 with Utah Valley. The game fell 7. It was great to get those 3 bets to come in at the end of the day. It was tremendous. Made my whole night, made my whole day. It was great. After kind of a so-so day for me, we wind up getting the Boston Celtics over their team total, over 59.5. So I went 4-0 on plays that did not make the card officially for the Daily Juice. So this is just one of those, good betting days that unfortunately I don't get to, share it with you guys. Unfortunately, it's because of where we are. But it wasn't a horrible day, just a 3-3 day. St. John's wins and covers like I thought. I don't know what Maryland was doing. I have no idea. How do you allow a guy to go with 5 seconds to, coast to coast? Somebody stop the ball. Like, that's the most important thing. Like, that's not a play. That's a Matador defense of being afraid to foul and sending someone to the foul line. It made no sense. Houston wins. Florida routes. More on them here in a second. Michigan State, well, they lose. Amazingly enough, Wisconsin beat them. We'll try to win that back coming up here today. And then UC San Diego, I made that money back, betting it live. Moses Moody went off offensively. He scored 16 points, only grabbed 1 rebound, but he had 16 points. He goes over, but the play of the day was Josh Hart. He didn't score. 0 points. Points and rebounds. He had, I think, 6 rebounds and no points. So he went ridiculously under 24.5. 3-3 day for us, down 0.3 units. So a paper cut day, basically flat to pay the juice for us here today. Now, I've got 2 college basketball bets. Then I've got 3 NBA player props to give you guys here today for the action in the NBA. We are running down towards the end of the season for NBA player props, which stinks because it's been so profitable for us. We're going to have to think about the playoffs. How do we handle the postseason with NBA player props? But I will be doing a special show coming up on Monday morning. We're going to hit you guys with a Monday morning breakdown of the bracket from a betting perspective. Now, BettingPros is going to have a breakdown for the bracket itself into long shots and teams, how to fill out your bracket, essentially, a bracket show tomorrow. But Monday, we'll be on live breaking down the betting side of things once we have the bracket coming up here today. I'll give you full details, including the time, which I believe it's going to be noon Eastern time. I think that's when we're going to tape. We're going to be live on the YouTube channel for our breakdown of the bracket, but I'll tell you tomorrow night for sure. As we head on Monday's podcast, I'll tell you for sure what time we're going to be doing that. So just a heads up, keep that in your mindset. If I didn't add on the line, I added the Michigan State bet. You might go, where did that Michigan State bet came from? It came from the Discord channel chat that we did, unfortunately, by adding 3 and 2 on the podcast yesterday, but the ad killed the day. It was a winning day with just the podcast bets. The addition from the Discord channel chat, unfortunately, caused it to be a losing day. Let's talk about the BettingPros app. Have you guys gone and downloaded the BettingPros app yet? You should absolutely do that if you haven't done that yet. Download the free BettingPros app for iOS and Android with Sportsbook Sync. You can automatically track your bets across all major sportsbooks in one spot. Easily monitor your bet performance by sport and bet type, including game picks, props, and parlays. Create custom betting systems to find winning trends and profitable opportunities. Get a free trial of BettingPros Premium by downloading the app at bettingpros.com/apps and activate your free trial on the upgrade screen. That is also where you guys can get involved with us for the, where is that? Oh, I guess I didn't put that on there. Let's see if I can add that because I like to talk about different things you guys can do. And the juice code is still available if you guys are so inclined to go and use our promo here with 7 free days of premium. Get 7 free days of premium by downloading the BettingPros app, like I mentioned, but use the code JUICE in that upgrade window, and you get a 7-day free trial of BettingPros Premium. Bet smarter, not harder with the BettingPros app and BettingPros Premium. So you can do that coming up if you'd like as well. Okay, let's start with the college basketball plays, and then we'll get to the bets, the prop bets. Not going to go long here tonight, just FYI, because it's currently 12 o'clock midnight, and I've had a really long week with flying and everything else. So let's get to the plays. Let's start here with the SEC championship game, Florida against Tennessee. Third time these teams will meet. In the first matchup, Florida beat Tennessee by 30 in Gainesville. In the second matchup, however, Tennessee beat Florida by 20. So here is a rubber match between these two, and there's going to be a massive home court advantage for Tennessee. However, Florida didn't lose very much this year. This number is 4.5. The losses for Florida this year were against Kentucky by 6, Missouri by 1, Tennessee by 20, and Georgia by 5. 3 of those games were on the road. Only one of those games was at home against Missouri. Which one of those 4 losses does not belong? Which one stands out? The Tennessee loss. This team lost by 20 points. They beat Alabama yesterday by 22 points. They killed Alabama. They beat Missouri by 14 points. They have had a relatively zero-stress tournament in the SEC. On the flip side, Tennessee has battled with Texas. They won the game, but that was a war. And then they beat Auburn, the number 1 team in the country, and that was an absolute barn burner war. I think tired legs could kick in here for Tennessee, and I think you have a Florida team that is so deep. They've got so many weapons. They have so many guards. I think Todd Golden's done a great job with rotation to keep guys healthy, to keep guys fresh. I just don't think this is a good matchup for Tennessee. Offensively, Tennessee has had a pretty good season. They're 85th, though, in effective field goal percentage. Defensively, Florida is 6th in effective field goal percentage. In three-point shooting, Tennessee is 159th. In defense, guarding the 3, Florida is 7th. You can play the over in this game because I think the number is too low. There's been a lot of movement, however. It opened at 140.5. It's been bet to 143.5. KenPom has it at 143 and a 3-point win for Florida. I think it's too much for the Gators here. I think the Gators are going to be a formidable opponent. I know I said that the team that wins the SEC tournament is not going to win the national championship. I hope I'm wrong. We have a 10-1 play on Florida. I'm going to lay it with the Gators here. I'm going to lay the 4.5 points with Florida for 1.1 units. Second bet to the Big Ten. I cannot get a Big Ten bet right, but I'm going to try anyway. Wisconsin against Michigan. Wisconsin has played one more game than Michigan has. That's significant. It's a scary bet. I'm not going to lie. To back Wisconsin is a bit fearful. However, beating Northwestern 70-63, beating UCLA 86-70, and then beating Michigan State 77-74. This is 4 games in 4 days. I think Wisconsin still can do it. The number isn't too big for me here. I don't think Michigan's very good. I got burned yesterday with it, but I think Wisconsin, look, their legs in being a jump shooting team, being a team that currently is 79th in 3-point shooting, danger. That's somewhat worrisome. Madeline, can you get the dog, please? Yeah. Please. Sorry, guys. That's the dog barking, and my daughter's in here too. So please stop them from doing that, or get the cat. Please let them go. Thank you. Yeah, push him out, please. Thank you for that. Yeah. So sorry on that. I like Wisconsin minus 3.5 here. The number is a little scary. If I get burned on the hook, I get burned on the hook. Okay, that could be. But I just watched 2 finals, and the better team won, and the better team covered, even after playing a bunch of games. adrenaline, whatever what you want to call it. Wisconsin has the size to handle both 7-footers for Michigan. I don't think it's going to be that big of a problem. You've got 7-footers and 6'11" kids on this team, some bulk for the Badgers, and then the guard play. I think the guard play is just going to be really hit the three. If Wisconsin hits their threes, I think Wisconsin's going to wind up winning this year. Wisconsin's offense, they're 79th in three-point shooting. Michigan's defense is 76th in three-point defense, but number one free throw shooting team in the country is Wisconsin. We're trying to cover numbers with championships on the line. Wisconsin to hit free throws to win this. I'll lay the 3.5 with Wisconsin here for that. Okay, so we're going to jump in. Ooh, sorry, that's actually, I didn't put that up. So let's make sure we can add that. Sorry, hold on one second. We need to add that to our list. We didn't do that the way we were supposed to. Sorry about that. For whatever reason, that didn't come through the way it was supposed to. Let's look at the juice plays for today on that. This is what it's supposed to look like. Apologies for not having that look like how it's supposed to. Why is that not coming through? My computer's acting funny. Hold on. That's why it didn't upload the way it was supposed to. But I'm not sure why. Oh, that's why. Okay. Sorry. That's why that didn't pop up the way it's supposed to. Here. This is the way it's supposed to look. Like that. Okay. Florida minus 4.5. Wisconsin minus 3.5 here with that. Okay. Let's talk about the player props. Max Christie. So the prop bet cheat sheet likes Max Christie's under points, under rebounds, and under assists, which would lead you to believe to go with points, rebounds, and assists, right? That would be the play you'd want to make with it. But that's not really what the prop bet cheat sheet likes, which is sort of strange. Unlike most plays like this, you could bet them all individually. But here's the worry. Here's the problem. There's only 8 players for Dallas healthy. If Dallas loses one more player to injury, they're going to have to forfeit games. Like legit, forfeit games. I'm not even kidding. They have to forfeit games. So we're going to put the Max Christie play on here. Points, rebounds, and assists under 20.5. But if it misses, I'm not going to be stunned. Okay? Because someone's got to score. Like just somebody has to score. Like bottom line. Who that will be, I don't know, but it could be Max Christie because someone has to put the ball in the basket. It's an NBA game, okay? So because of the rotation, because of the lack of players that Dallas has, if this misses, it misses. But we're going to keep betting it because it's been extremely profitable. We'll keep on betting the Max Christie points, rebounds, and assist unders. But just a heads up, I'm not overly confident on that hitting here today. Very easily could miss. Not going to be stunned at all if that misses. Second bet, Evan Mobley. Points and assists for Evan Mobley. How about this? This line at 22.5 up against Orlando, the last 11 times Evan Mobley has played, this number has missed. We have not gone over 22.5 points and assists for Evan Mobley of the Cleveland Cavaliers up against the Orlando Magic. Last time out, it was 25.5. He got hooked. It finished 25. He had 22 points and 3 assists. Against Brooklyn, it was 24.5. He got to 27. He had 21 points and 6 assists. Against Milwaukee, it was 21.5. It missed badly, only 13 points and 2 assists. Against Charlotte, it was 20.5. It went over by 2.5. He had 19 points and 4 assists. And then the 4 previous games with 20.5, 23.5, 20.5, and against Orlando back on the 25th of February, 20.5, and it fell 19. We're going to ride this. Evan Mobley under 22.5 points and assists here for the prop bet cheat sheet. This is the number one defense against this prop. A 36% positive EV play and a 5-star rated play for Evan Mobley under 22.5 points and assists at minus 129. And finally, Chet Holmgren. Give you an over. Chet Holmgren against the Celtics was awesome. Had 38 points and rebounds. He does not play the front end of back-to-back, so he didn't play yesterday for OKC. So here he is playing Sunday, not Saturday, up against Detroit. This is a bet that I like this play with Chet Holmgren going over his points and rebounds. Look, Chet, if he plays like he did against Boston, he's going to fly over. This is a 40% positive EV play, highest rated you could have. It's a 5-star play for him. The Bucks are 14th, middle of the pack defensively up against this prop. Holmgren could very well score a ton of points here today. Against Boston, he scored 23 points, had 15 rebounds and 2 assists, flew over. It snapped a streak of 4 straight in which he went under his points, rebounds, and assists. But it was against Denver, Houston, and Atlanta. Like Atlanta's not great, but Denver's very good defensively, obviously, with their bigs and Jokic. And Houston's a great defensive team. Against Brooklyn, it was 21.5. He got to 39. Against Utah, it was 23.5. He got to 27. Against Minnesota, it was 21.5. He got to 23. So for the most part, when he goes over, he goes way over. I like Chet Holmgren needed here. Other guys having tired legs, getting extra minutes here. We're going to play the over for Chet Holmgren. Points, rebounds, and assists for Chet. Points and rebounds, excuse me. Just points and rebounds for Chet Holmgren. At minus 110, over 22.5 for Chet Holmgren. Okay, so plays for today: Florida minus 4.5 in the SEC championship game. Wisconsin minus 3.5 in the Big Ten championship game. Max Christie, points, rebounds, assists, under 20.5. Chet Holmgren, points and rebounds, over 22.5. Evan Mobley, points and assists, under 22.5. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me across all socials at Sports Talk Matt every morning, wherever you guys get your podcasts. It is the Daily Juice.